So it was a normal, I think it was Friday. Me and my cousin, David, were just chilling out at a local Burger King, right? So all of a sudden, what starts happening is this lady, she brings in her little kid. Me, David, his friends, this was like a year ago. We were just playing in our local Burger King. He's a year younger than me. And all this sudden, yeah, the lady brings her kid in, right? And we didn't mind. It was like a little toddler and stuff. And we get asked to go eat. The mom walks in to the playground and says, I'm not sure what she said, but it sounded something nice. The only word I could hear was her screaming the word nice. And then 20 minutes later, we're back in there. Me and David were just sitting there quietly, you know. And all of a sudden, the lady comes in again. She says, y'all be nice to my little kid. And then me and him, well, him at least, I'm just sitting here shocked. He comes out of the room crying, and I'm just sitting here. That lady was mean. Like, she started screaming at us. Get out! I flipped out. I didn't know what to do. So I was like talking to my great grandma. Yeah, I was really nerdy at this time, by the way. And the second thing that happened, like second thing was that I had never been yelled at. No, she was staring dead into me and David's eyes. Like, we weren't even doing anything. We were just minding our own business with this other kid in here. She looked dead into our eyes. And not even the other kid. The other kid was just continue playing. This dude was being savage. But she looked dead into our eyes like she was about to steal our soul or something. And in my opinion, I think that's wrong. This lady needs help. Not to be mean, but she really does. Okay, so after that, what happened was, we left the Burger King, and, there's a follow-up about, I'm not sure when it was, but the last time I went to Burger King, I brought David with me again. We go to Burger King a lot, and, it was the same lady, but her son was a little older, maybe 4-ish, 5, and I remembered her face because I saw that dreadfulness in her eyes, like that I want to kill you stare. So anyways, kind of what happened then was we saw her. I said, David, I said, what lady? Screamed it, and I was like, shut up. And I said, the lady, remember, she screamed at us. It was like, oh yeah. And then, once that happened, we went up to the kid and was like, do I know you from somewhere? He went, no. The kid looked the same also. Last time he was like 3 or 2, now he was like 4 or 5. But then what happened was the mom, my cousin, decides to be a savage and say, why in the world did you scream at us last year? And she said, what do you mean, sweetie? I didn't scream at anyone. And then she gives him the most dreadful stare I've ever seen from a human being. It was like when you, have any of you played, what's that game called? Fortnite? And all, like, this was when Fortnite was actually good. But, have any of you played Fortnite? And then all this sudden, you're on YouTube and a kid's playing Fortnite, and then all of a sudden he loses, and his face goes from a smile because he's about to win to a straight up just empty face. That's exactly what happened. To be kind of funny, it it sorry, to be kind of serious, it was funny because I knew something was about to go down, but I didn't know what until it happened. Now you might be wondering to yourself, what happened? Well, tell her all that happens. She says, you were the person who was being mean to my son. And we were like, no, we were not. That was the other kid yelling at your son saying, move out the way, just so you know. She was like, oh, well, I'm sorry. Well, you don't say you're sorry for screaming at a couple kids, terrifying them. After in a Burger King, you're supposed to be happy. But that's the story of how, that's the first story of how I got terrified of going to Burger King's. When a mom walks in with a 3-year-old. Anyways, on to the second story. This one happened, I think the time we went to Burger King before that time. We've had some pretty dreadful things happen to us. So, me and him were there. There was this 4-year-old with his brother, right? And sisters. We were there, you know, just chillaxing, sipping on some Slurpees, thinking we were the gods. And then we go in to the place. There's these little kids, right? He decides to be cringy, say to the little kids, "What's up, guys?" I lost it. I said, "What did you say that?" He said, "I don't know." We like to whisper a lot. And then like what happened then was when we were just playing, you know, we were all having a good time with his older brother, him, and all of a sudden his big brother, which I now hate for eternity, screamed, "Fight!" And the whole restaurant went insane. If you were in the playroom, it sounded like you were like about to get ran over by horses. Everyone started screaming. David ducked for his life. I ran, and all of a sudden, the little kid walks up to me. He punches me in the balls, kicks me in the face, and then runs away. I tried to chase after him, just stop him. I won't hurt anybody. I'm a good man, but then he pushes me. Big brother slams me onto the what's that stuff called, the concrete at like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A, and it hurt. And then I ended up calling off the fight, and then I screamed, "Shut up!" And then the whole place went silent. I have the loudest scream ever. I'm not gonna put that to the test for you guys, because if you do, you'll be deaf for the next 30 years. But anyways, I yelled, "Everybody shut up." It was one of those, you remember, if you watched one of the Thor movies, you know, "Anyone else?" He knocks down the guy and says, "Anyone else?" That's the silence that there was. It was just dead silent, the whole restaurant. I scream loud, okay? Now, even I thought to myself, oh dang, that was loud. But when I'm very serious, I scream loud. Okay? Some of you know that from my Fortnite videos, which are really cringy, by the way. That's why I switched to Minecraft, so they'd be less cringy and I can actually edit them. But, anyways, I think that's the end of the Burger King series. No. I forgot to say the end of the story. Anyways, then what happened? The kid starts crying. And then I explained, he walks up to his mom and says, "Those kids are being mean to me." And I explained that the brother started all of it. And I decided to be stupid and say that he kicked me in the balls. I don't know why. I mean, that's a mother. So, but I said that. And she was like, no, sir. Like, I'm a savage. No, I'm not. Crap, that was cringy. But, I was a savage a year ago. I was top dog, and now I'm just, but anyways, we walk out of this restaurant. David, sounding like he has a broken kneecap. Me sounding like I died 300 million years ago and I'm just coming back to life with some sort of cream. And all of a sudden, we go back to the car. Our great-grandma says, why did you punch that little kid to David? First of all, this boy ain't do anything. Second of all, I knew this was about to get bad if I didn't say something, so I was like, no, he didn't, she said she, thought that we punched him. He was like, no, you have the story wrong. And she talked to him and got proof, talked to the parent and got proof. Anyways, I think that's the end of my, crazy Burger King stories. If you guys want to see more stories just like this, then, go to my YouTube channel tomorrow and you'll probably see it. Anyways, see you guys in the next one. You're all gay. Bye-bye.